Hello everyone. Let's look at the state of the market as of today, 3rd of October 2025. Looking at the market is in overall extended and we should be anticipating a pullback. A pullback on this weekly chart to this 50 RSI will be a very healthy pullback for us to re-enter and ride the level 2. Looking at the daily chart, we have almost exhausted the levels. The level 1, which is from here to here, let's see how we can be able to draw this. No, sorry. Let's use 3 wave and 5 wave. So we have actually so let me delete this one so you can be able to see it clearly. We have actually exhausted the move. You can see our level 1, then we corrected, like went sideways, then level 2, then we corrected, and then level 3. You can even see the level 3 couldn't even move up that much. It was just a little. You can see the move just a little, then it start to go into correction, like a sideways movement, meaning that it is almost exhausted. And here also in this place, you can see we have already broken down. We went above and then we broken down, and we're also forming divergence here. We're already forming divergence here. So hopefully we should be anticipating a correction by, see, we're having a divergence here. So we should be expecting a correction by next week or next 2 weeks maximum. That is what I'm projecting. That is what I'm projecting. So when we come to the weekly, what we are expecting is that we're going to pull back to this 50 RSI. Then we can resume our level 2 movement. Now, looking at the state of the market based on the interest rate cut, we have had interest rate cut in September, 25 basis points, and we are anticipating a 50 basis point rate cut again. And now the federal government is partially shut down since 1st of October, which Trump is trying to use this opportunity to lay off some workers in the agency, and hopefully the layoff will possibly guarantee the 50 basis point cut by the Federal Reserve. It will create unemployment. When you lay off those workers, it will create unemployment, and now our unemployment rate is at 4.3%, although it's still healthy, but inflation rate is not that high. It's just 2.9. The target is 2%, but it's not that high. So the Federal Reserve have to cut 50 basis points to stimulate the economy, and by doing that, the market will ride on it. The market will ride on it, but we're not going to continue riding up from here. No, we have to get a pullback, and then we can now ride on that for the second leg. So that will be our hope for the second leg move, which is the level 2 on the weekly chart. I don't want to stretch this video too long, but I just want you to know that if you have things in the market, if you have stocks in the market, because when the market in general start to pull back, it always draw down 80% of the stocks. But if you also know the stocks that you bought, you can say, okay, like for example, I bought AMD. I am not going to sell. It's for up to 6 months. I'm going to hold it for like 6 to 8 months. So even if it drops or the market pulls back, to this 50 RSI and AMD pulls back alongside, I will buy more. I will add more to my portfolio. So I'm not worried about it. So that is why I don't buy meme stocks. Meme stock will make you start to think, oh, will this stock recover? And then you start to sell off. And those people that always get into the habit of selling off because the market is pulling back, they are always losing. They always lose money. You need to buy what you have confidence in. I'm not saying you should jump into a stock with your two legs. That is why you buy partially, and when the market pulls back against you, you can also add more. But you have to make sure that you are buying a quality stock. So with that being said, I want to explain something about interest rates and unemployment. For example, if Trump lay off the workers, the agency workers, and then Federal Reserve, governed by Jerome Powell, cut the interest rate by 50 basis points, let's say 25 basis points and another 25 basis points, making it 50 basis points, it will stimulate the market, and there will be more job creation. And when there is more job creation, people can be able to spend more money to boost the economy. And when this happens, with time, they will also have what they call interest rate hike. If interest rate hike happens because people are spending more money and inflation starts to go up, possibly getting around 6% inflation, 5 to 6, 7% inflation, that is when I'll be expecting a full correction. A full correction. But for now, we are really healthy in the market. So that will be all for now. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.